Is Rick, and I just want to do a quick live on the new series. You are delusional. Videos include white folks are delusional, black folks are delusional, kids are delusional, the media is delusional, the government is delusional. Those are all upcoming videos that I'm going to do about being delusional. I want to start off with white folks being delusional. Now, for this video and for this series, it's a little trollish. So I'm not saying all, I'm saying the majority. The majority will be 60%, 55 to 60% versus 40 or 45%. So that's the majority. Even if it's 51%, that's the majority. But this is what we see. Nobody can deny it. And I'm just going to lay a couple of facts down. Okay. So, white folks are delusional. This is the start of the series in the first video. So, the meaning of me saying white folks are delusional is because the majority, which is probably 70%, not all, but the majority think that black people want and need a handout. You see it across all videos in the comment section, thinking people saying that we need a handout. We need a handout. Black folks just want a handout. How do you feel that black folks need a handout when we was in slavery for 300 freaking years? 100 years. Jim Crow. So they act like the system is equal and normal, and we're just lazy, and that's why we're in this position. That's delusional. You know why black folks is in this situation. That's a lie. That's one of the delusional points I'm pointing out in you guys. You act like everything is equal and fair, and we just slacking. That's a lie. Black folks are being held back by systematic racism in all areas, in all markets, even in housing, even in jobs, even in real estate, even at the YMCA. I mean, anywhere you go, you gonna find somebody to systematically show racism to a black person. So we're not gonna sit here and act like all black folks are lazy in your comments, and that's all we want to do is be criminals, because you are delusional. You know why. You know that crime happens when it's lack of opportunity. You would be doing crime too if you didn't have any opportunities. Are you a robot or are you delusional? Oh yeah, we are doing the delusional version. So I guess you are delusional because you don't want to be honest about yourself, about why blacks are in this position and do the things they do. All right, that's one delusional factor I pointed out. Now here go number two. White people are delusional. Number two is because uh they think that they have They think the government is on their side and they are special. You're not special. Let me tell you what happened. Wake up from your delusional spell, because for a long time, yeah, y'all have had it good ever since 2008. Before 2008, you guys had it good. Y'all was getting the houses, cars, anything you want, the jobs, every fucking thing, right? So since 2008, everything is, y'all been suffering since 2008. Now, I don't know, you are delusional because you thought you were special when you're not. Let me tell you what you did. You became the main helper in keeping the Matrix running and jump starting the Matrix, because y'all the ones had all the jobs, the good jobs. And you got the picket fence like the Matrix, the white picket fence and the house. I mean, the house and the cars and everything. So that means that you were like the foundation, white people, middle class white people, are the foundation of the Matrix. You know the Matrix is not good. And you participated and was the main factor in getting the Matrix to where it's at now. Because y'all all had jobs and houses and everything, but didn't realize that you became the bigger slave. Because you got that house, that car, that everything, and anything else you can think of. You have to go down to that job and work that job to pay for all that shit. Now, depending what market you are in, but if you was in real estate and you was in real estate the golden years, I can say that you probably wasn't enslaving all that hard. You know, it depends on what market you in. You can just get it easy and be living a good, easy life, right? But you still have debt. You are the biggest debtor, meaning slavery, meaning slave. You are the biggest slave. The more debt you have, the bigger the slave you are. Now, if those things are paid off, then that's a different subject. You know, a lot of people are financing. When you financing, that is a slave debt. Okay? You know that. That's why you do everything in your will to pay that bill. Okay. So why y'all delusional about your place in America versus everybody? When you get in these circles and you talk loud about all the possessions you have. Yeah, my boat, and oh yeah, my house and my cabin up north and my airplane, and you brag and about the possessions you have, knowing deep down you are the biggest slave. But you say this in crowds and in front of people to make yourself feel better because, you know, that's what you do in a physical 666 beast realm. You do beastly things. You brag about your possessions, knowing you are the biggest slave. You are the biggest consumer of the Matrix. Remember, consume. You are the biggest consumer and you are the biggest debtor. But yet, you get the prize of being what everybody wished to do is to possess all those material things. They don't know that you are the biggest slave and debtor too. So that's delusional number two, that you think you're special, but you're not. Because look, all the things you had for so many years, being number one at parties, the talk of number one talk at parties, and the what you call that, the high value man, being that I'm playing the role of the high value man with all these possessions, which equals to debt. You're a walking debt. But everybody look at you the opposite though, like you're something special. That's a big, huge delusion because since 2008, they pulled the rug from, you know, everybody. Everybody is meant to get the rug pulled on them because America is a big Ponzi scheme. It's a corporation, so it's a Ponzi scheme too. So therefore, it it was all good if you was like you grew up in a different generation and you had wealth because they did nothing. They didn't have that much debt because things didn't cost that much and it was real rich and they had fun. It was nothing going on bad. There was no C-19, no bombs, nothing. So a lot of people who grew up through periods of time with money and wealth and lived a good life. And they got lucky as fuck. Because if you're listening to this video, if you're alive in 2022, it's a different story from when the old folks did it. See, they taking back everything. See, if you accumulated a lot of dollars, made a lot of money to live this lifestyle and being the biggest debtor and consumer, you did it off the American dollar. See, this time you can't do that in this day and age because the dollar is about to crash. So you have all this debt. See, you doing things at the end game. This is the end game. And you are delusional because you thought that you was special. And you're seeing that you see yourself as the biggest debtor and the biggest consumer, and you will lose everything. You have more to lose than everybody. It would hit you by surprise. A lot of white folks that, middle class already saw this fate. They already know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the future people that's still floating and didn't get caught yet or didn't hit the wall yet. They're about to hit the wall. Because if the dollar crash, if you hold any debt, if you owe any debt when the dollar crash, you're gonna have to pay double. Because the dollar crash meaning it don't have no motherfucking value. So if you're gonna get it in a different currency, when you transfer your money, if they let you or allow you, it's either you're gonna lose all your money or they're going to probably give you pennies on a dollar if you transfer your money that you had with the dollar into another foreign, not foreign, but another money system, because that will be backed by gold. And since the dollar crash ain't worth shit, when you transfer your old money to the new money system, then you're gonna be poor because the dollar bill at that time will be crashed. So how you gonna say I got 5 million and I had $5 million? Well, this the new system, so we're gonna transfer your 5 million into this new money system. You probably end up with 100,000. For real. So that's delusion number 2. Delusion number 3. Trust me, man. I can't wait till I do the black man is delusional. Black people are delusional. Oh my God, I'm gonna have so much fun doing that one. Oh my God. Number 3. Number 3 delusional thing that white people do is think they better than everybody. What makes you better than anybody? Is it you have any powers? Do you have any special things in your body? Oh, you just got money? You just think you better than everybody because you got money? Well, the dollar is not backed by gold, so that's something that you're gonna have to be, you're gonna have to look at and just be like, wow, we was wrong. We're not better than nobody. See, at first when y'all was having it good, um, y'all didn't give a fuck about you didn't give a fuck about black people problems and what the fuck was going on with us. But ever since 2008, now it's like, oh, it's come together type shit because y'all struggling now. See, I remember. Now I'm not speaking about all, but it was quite a few. I seen quite a few numbers push over from 2008. Before 2008, we wasn't getting no support. 2008, we get major like support. Like we've seen a lot of white people coming around to reality and be like, you know what, we need to fight this monster. We was trying to tell you about the monster all through the golden years, but you was shooing us off and acting like you was the teacher's pet. Chewing us off showing us off and acting like you don't see our pain. But now you see our pain because after 2008, now you're coming around. Some did it genuinely, but without that. But it's quite a few that did it because of that. Since they started struggling, they started to realize you would never know or felt that way until you got to that frequency bracket of when you was high in the sky, you was too far up to know how we was feeling until you got dropped down to that frequency on that level. Then you see and you be like, oh. But who to say if you saying what we're saying, we agreeing with each other about the system and everything. But what if you had an opportunity to go right back up to that bracket? Would you still say the same stuff? Would you still say we're all together? Because white people can get a hookup, a plug. They can be struggling for a while, and then next thing you know, they came up. Something happened. They did something. They got their house back. They balling back again. Would you be still singing the same tune? Would you be still singing the same music, or are you singing it because you are struggling right now? So I call that an opportunist. You know what I mean? So which one you don't know which is which? If it's real or who real and who fake when they be talking about the struggle when they are white. Because because before 2008, y'all wasn't even singing shit. Y'all was doing good. Y'all ain't give a fuck about our businesses and our failures, and you ain't give a fuck about us. But since 2008, all white folks is all singing more tunes of, yeah, we gotta stick together and all that shit. It's basic 666 beast nature. Black folks do that too. It's all about the 666 beast nature that you have to control that's in us all. You know, white folks got demons, black folks, everybody got demons and have to fight their own 666 beast that was built in you. God created this in you. Don't shoot the messenger. God created this 666 beast in you. So you have to go against something that that was built in you, but not good for you. We do supposed to be in nature and all that, but that's a different subject. So that's the third delusional thing white people do. They thought they was better. They thought the government cared about them. They thought that, but the government used you to get us in place because y'all had all the higher positions and the gatekeepers and jobs and all this shit. So you thought you were special. So you thought that government was for you, like you was the teacher's pet. Now you see the government is turning on you. That's what the devil do. He uses you. You think you special to set the stage. Once the stage is set, he don't need you no more. They don't need you no more. They closing down the system. When you got to go get the job, it's a new system about to come. Y'all played y'all part to destruction for everybody. You played the most important part of the matrix. You kept the motherfucking running because y'all had all the higher positions and shit, and all these old jobs that do evil to our own people. You played a part in that. You tell me where you work at, and I can tell you what type of soul you have. Cause I can't be nowhere that working. I don't give a fuck how much money they pay. If I know I'm hurting the public, I'll quit. I'll walk away. I don't give a fuck. I go sleep in my motherfucking car before I do that shit. Ain't no excuse. See, that's 66 beast. An animal only cares about what he can get right now. He don't give a fuck about nothing else later. Then what else later comes is the failure. Then he moved the goalpost. Then there's another excuse. No. Y'all are delusional. And I only say this in a percentage, not all white people. Like I told you, I can't wait till I do black people are delusional. So y'all delusional. Y'all delusional with these material things y'all have. And gives you a false matrix, unrealistic vibe, frequency. Like when you go around people who got it all and that's all they do is brag about themselves and all that, knowing that they the biggest debtor and the biggest slave. Deep down, at the end of the day, after he knew his whole day at the party, he faked his whole fucking life. I mean, yeah, you do have this boat, you do have this car, you do have this and that. You telling everybody like you because you have these things and they want these things and you have these things and you playing this role. But at the end of the day, you are looked at as the biggest consumer and the biggest slave because you have a lot of debt to pay back. You feel incomplete about life because you know it's more about life too. After you do that shit for a while, this is how you know when you know that you better than something. Or this is how you know that you are better than the place that you are at. Because if you get rich and you got money and you have it for a long time, what's the first thing you do? Get bored. We get bored easily because we are trapped in the body. You can get everything you want and give you 1 year. 1 year with everything you want. You get bored with that shit. That's the proof of the prison system we have here. You get bored. Because we spiritually supposed to be doing some bigger and better things, but yet we thinking these physical matrix things is going to fulfill us. This world can never fulfill you. You will always be chasing even in relationships. You will get a relationship, then it'll hold you for a while, then you be like, damn. You see something else, you be like, damn, what's that? It's like you always get bored, always, So it's a funny thing that it's a lot of white people who are walking around still holding this false sense of living, of being delusional, of the material wealth they have. And they get bored. They been had money and been doing this shit since, 1800s, and motherfuckers had money and got bored already in the 1800s. That's how shit got so much more evil. Well, I got money, I can do anything I want. I'm bored with that. I got money, I can do anything I want. And I want to control, this land or control this or control that or it ain't nothing they can buy. They could buy everything. That's why people turn gay or go into deeper weird shit and these what you call these things these secret societies are fun to these people because It brings excitement. It changes and it brings excitement to each level you get to. Because other than that, they will get fucking bored out their fucking mind. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna come with the black people are delusional tomorrow. Man, that's gonna be an ugly one. Religion is in that. Just oh my God, I can't wait. But rewind, do the playback, hit the like button, sub, and show support on my Cash App at ALIBARNS. And this is not to say all white people, it's just the majority, 70%, allegedly, hypothetically. So we will hit the playback button, man. This life is rigged. I'm out.